So in this video, we're going to look at where you can find your videos that you made in ScreenCastify and how you can edit those videos. So let's say you've already made your video and it's saved and you're looking to find where it is saved. There are two locations that ScreenCastify will store your videos. The first is in your Drive. So when you create your account, it automatically creates a folder in your Google Drive. So if you navigate to your Drive and you toggle down on Drive to see your folders, you'll see that there's a ScreenCastify folder, and it automatically did that. Now, if you're like me and you have a million folders, this is my training account, so it's only got two. You can also just search ScreenCastify and it'll pull up that folder for you, and it'll bring you to a list of your videos. The second location where you can find your videos is in the application itself. So if I launch ScreenCastify from the top of my browser here by clicking on the icon, and then I click the settings button, which is these three lines here, and I click my recordings, it'll bring me to where all of my recordings are. So I can click on this one and you'll begin to see where I can launch the editor that's in ScreenCastify. So I'm going to click on Open Editor. And I have a few options to do some simple basic edits. So the first is, let's say I want to cut a piece out of this video. There's something in the middle, maybe a dog was barking or something happened and I just want to get rid of it. So I'm going to put my cursor where I want to make my first cut, and I would cut with the scissors, and you'll see I've now created two chunks. Now if I want to cut this middle piece out, I have to make another cut. So I'm going to place my scissors, my line here for the scissors, place a cut, and now I have three chunks. And now if I just select the chunk I want to delete, the one that's circled in yellow, I'm just going to press delete on my keyboard. And so now that piece has been removed. The second kind of edit I can make is cropping. So in this video, you'll notice in the background here, you can see my tabs for my browser, and you can see sort of my desktop tray here. And so I want to remove that. So I'm going to crop it out. So I'm going to select the crop, and I'm going to select the area that I just want to remain visible. And then I'm going to select done. And so now you'll see that it's only showing the places, the piece of the video that I want to be visible, and the rest is sort of blocked out. The next kind of edit I can do is I can do sort of a zoom in spotlight. So let's say I really wanted to draw attention to, I don't know, this opening. Oh, there's nothing there, but here, let's say I wanted to draw attention to this. I can select the zoom in feature, and I can sort of focus the rectangle where I want it to go, and then I can select the transition speed. So right now it defaults to half a second, so I'm going to do 0.6, and then I can either play back to watch it. I can sort of also just toggle this clip back and forth to see what it looks like, but you can see that it's zooming in and out. I don't want to play back right now because you'll hear the recording of this video while I'm speaking, so it'll be a little bit confusing. But you can do like a little spotlight there. The last edit that you can add is some text to your video. So let's say you want to, provide some information like contact me at, some email address or whatever information you need to do. You get a basic editor here, so you can italicize, underline, you can change the color of the font and the highlight. So you can call attention to that. You can decide where you want the text to be placed. Right now it's aligned in the middle. I can align to the top, which you can't really, oh, there it is. And then you can align to the bottom. You can also change your font style and, how large you want it. And then another basic edit that you can make that doesn't have a tool up here in the menu is you can trim the edges. So sometimes in my videos, I cut off the moment where I stop the recording so you don't see it. So like this moment up here, I would cut this out. The way you do that is you use the your cursor to just drag the end of the video. And so now it's cut that moment off, and I might have to go a little bit more, and it's sort of trimmed the edge of that. And so you can check by continuously playing back. If this is too small for you, you can always zoom in and sort of expands the time of your video. So it stretches out these 17 seconds so that you can get a little bit more granular in your edits. And it'll show you sort of how long your zoom in is. And I can do some controls here if I want to make it shorter, if I want to make it longer and span multiple pieces of this clip. You can see where the text is. And again, I can drag this to, make that last a little bit longer. And I can get a little bit more, finite control over where I'm trimming some things. So these are the basic edits that you can do. Once you're done with your edits, you want to click export, and I usually export to my drive. It'll ask you to name your video and then save. Once it's done processing your video, you'll be able to share it. And then you can also click on view, which will bring you back to your ScreenCastify like menu. So if I click on my recordings, you can see that it's still processing this video. If I click on it, I can still upload it to Edpuzzle or share to Classroom. And then if I go to my drive, you'll see that I have it saved here automatically and I didn't have to do anything. So that's how you can find your saved recordings, and you can make basic edits in Edpuzzle.